Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now December 6th of 2020, and ever since the very end of the Skywalker saga, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney, Lucasfilm, Bob Iger, Bob Chapek, you name it, and exactly what George, John, and Dave have to offer in the next couple of years. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one exciting aspect about the future of Star Wars is that we do know that as of right now, a lot of Star Wars fans are just really kind of shifting over to The Mandalorian as their main source of content because of the massive amount of content that Jon Favreau is really introducing to the fans, especially with the characters of Boba Fett, Ahsoka Tano, and more. So, one thing that Jon Favreau is getting right about this new Star Wars universe is that he knows what the fans actually want to see, either on the big screen or at home on a streaming service, and he knows exactly what characters are very much important by George Lucas. So, with that being said, of course, obviously a lot of changes are being made behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm in order for Disney to truly focus on this new expanded universe that is an ever-evolving franchise. So, when we look at The Mandalorian Season 2, it obviously took off to a different level, with the introduction of Ahsoka and Boba Fett getting a lot of action sequences, and more to come in the last remaining 2 episodes. Fans are going very much crazy as to what's coming up next. So, beyond all of this, now that the Skywalker saga is over, both Disney and Lucasfilm are now focused on their new Star Wars universe and more, in order to evolve the franchise moving forward. It's explained that one major plan by Lucasfilm is to focus on the character of Ahsoka Tano and her impact on the future of Disney Plus Star Wars series. It's explained that Disney is focusing on developing their Ahsoka Tano spin-off project for Disney Plus that will indeed feature Rosario Dawson, that will take place in these 2 new eras. The first of which will be based before The Mandalorian Season 1, and the second era that Disney is aiming for is a point in time based after The Mandalorian Season 4, with a significant time jump that will feature a side story of Ahsoka Tano and her knowledge of Palpatine's survival and the secret of Palpatine's granddaughter, Rey. So, let's stop right there for a second. I can only imagine that this is going to be a very controversial decision. The fact that Disney is aiming to connect The Mandalorian and the Ahsoka Tano spin-off project to the sequel trilogy in order to change aspects of it, I'm just not quite sure how a lot of fans are going to take that, to be honest. I think that a lot of fans out there are very fed up with what happened with episode 8 and 9, and they don't want to really remember about what happened or be reminded of what happened. I can see where Jon Favreau is coming from, really kind of looking at The Mandalorian as a vessel to kind of fix many different aspects of the sequel trilogy movies, and this is definitely an avenue that he is taking, so I do got to give him a lot of credit for that at the very minimum. So apart from this is where things begin to even pick up more so, is that it's explained that Favreau is aiming to make a big connection to Rey in the project, where Ahsoka is aimed to be the one responsible to let Luke Skywalker know who the girl Rey really is and where she comes from during her time on Jakku as a child. It's noted that the Ahsoka Tano spin-off project will also show fans the rise of the First Order, and that Favreau is planning to bring Snoke back into the equation in a different way for that actual era. Now, the era before Mando Season 1 is set to also feature Thrawn as the new big bad villain in the project, and that this is also going to happen in The Mandalorian Season 3 to set him up. So, we already got a tease of Thrawn in Ahsoka Tano's episode in Season 2, specifically Chapter 13, where she says, "Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?" That was obviously Jon Favreau really setting up something major for Season 3, and that's exactly what it was. So, if we look at everything of what Favreau and Dave Filoni are planning with George Lucas by their side, you can already see that Disney Plus is going to be the home of a miniature universe, if you will, between Ahsoka, Thrawn, Ezra Bridger, Luke Skywalker, and all these fan-favorite characters in the mix. that are going to be used in this universe, if you will, that's going to introduce these characters that'll eventually spawn into their own individual projects, if that makes a lot of sense. So, though Ahsoka is going to be in a couple of Mandalorian seasons, it's going to eventually branch off into her own project. That's exactly what they want to do with some of the characters there. It's basically testing the waters to see the fan reactions of these live-action versions of the characters from the animated series. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.